There is some loud bug out here that just ain't giving up. Welcome back to Brittany Automotive. So I made a little joke to my boyfriend that for our anniversary we could go buy a Camaro because I'm on prep for a bodybuilding show, so we can't really go get dinner. And turns out I'm not even going to be in town for our anniversary. And the joke quickly turned into me not joking, and I decided pretty much that I wanted to buy a Camaro. And once I decided that I was going to spend the money, I had to spend the money ASAP. So I was looking for a Camaro for like 3 days before I found this one and fell in love with it on accident. I straight up told myself I probably wasn't gonna buy it, and I do like to be relatable. So just so you guys know, this was a $30,000 car. A lot of people ask me why I did. Girl, no. Mommy's trying to work. You wanna know how you get treats? This is how. Shush it. A lot of people were curious about why I didn't get a higher trim package. There are bugs, trains, cars, a lady talking over there. Okay, so like I was saying, I do like to be relatable. So this was a $30,000 car, and a lot of people were asking me why I just didn't get a higher trim package if I could afford it. And quite frankly, I know I got a Denali for the trim package, but with this, it just didn't make any sense to me, especially because these cars are extremely heavy. So there's no like losing a whole bunch of weight on them. Like it's hard to. So it's never going to be like a super fast drag car. It is made to be a daily, that is a backup events car, okay? So if the fortune's not done, I can still appease my sponsors who have invested a ton of money into me. The least I could do is invest money into this, okay? Now, the higher trim package thing, like the engine and stuff like that, it just doesn't make sense to me because the engine that's sitting in this car is also sitting in my garage that I could build up any day and just swap the two. You know, so it didn't make any sense to me. There was no point in doing that. And quite frankly, I fell in love with the 50th anniversary because of all the orange stitching in the inside. And then I ended up deciding that I want to change the seats as well because I want a full harness. I don't feel comfortable with just a normal click belt at the drag strip. So why don't we talk about the car and some ideas that I've had. And I'm not going to give you the stuff that's set in stone, but we'll hint towards it a little bit. So welcome to the 2017 2SS 50th anniversary. And I just cleaned it up with some Renegade, so it's looking way better than what it did. I did it really quick, so don't judge me. We are getting new rotors from Holley. Those are pretty rusty. One thing that I love are these calipers. They say 50 on them. We just got all new tires. Hopefully getting new wheels before LS Fest. Show you the inside. Like I said, it's got all the 50 stuff. Wow. Okay, clean your car, Brittany. But this just screams, you know, it just follows the brand way too well. I couldn't just give that up, you know? Yes, it's an automatic. Don't come for me. I do not care. It says 50 in the dash. Now, the seats, they're pretty cool, but I want to change them. I'm not a big fan of the gray. They're a little worn in some areas. I do still want orange stitching, but I want to get a harness bar back here because, quite frankly, the back seat's near unusable, and if somebody uses it, they can sit sideways. So, I'm not going to lie, I haven't lifted the hood since I bought it, and this sucker is dirty. So this is a 6.2 LT. So we kept it in the LT family. You know I had to. Some things that are already done to it. It's got a Corsa exhaust. It's got Speed Engineering headers. Both of those are coming off. Nothing against them. Stainless works. Amen to you. We have Rotofab already. The only thing is this elbow. I don't know if I want to tell you this yet, but I think I'm just gonna. We're putting a Holley High ram on it. And if I put a Holley High ram on it, that means... Oh, that sucker's nasty. I didn't even notice that. That means a new hood. So there's gonna be a new hood on this sucker. There's gonna be a high ram on this sucker. Getting some side panel down here. Or else you're getting a rear diffuser. That's where my Corsa exhaust is. We're getting a rear diffuser. New tail lights. These will all be videos, so you're going to see all of this happen. Now, before I hear any more rumors about what's going on in my own life, we have the 4th gen, we have the 3rd gen, we have the 6th gen, we have the Denali, and we still have the freaking Honda, okay? Y'all come up with some crazy stories about my life, so let me set the record straight now. The 4th gen is not done because Sponsors working together takes a long time, okay? And high-end parts take a long time, okay? Building race cars is not easy. I know y'all see all of these people with teams behind them building race cars super fast. I'm not gonna name names. There's nothing against them. They have the money to do so. I would rather put all the work into my own vehicles, and I think I'm always going to keep it that way, or I'm going to be less relatable, and there's no point of me having a YouTube channel at that point. I'm just there to show you flashy, showy stuff that you're never going to be able to afford or do. And that just doesn't sound fun to me. That's not what I built Brittany Automotive on, so that's not what I'm going to do. But the Fortune is going to be a little step up. Not just a little, a very big step up, okay? And quite frankly, as a woman in the racing industry and a builder, I am not going to pop out with some crap work. So not only is it waiting at one company to go to another company to come back to me, when it hits to me, I'm not going to put it together in a week like I did last year, okay? It's going to take some time. I would really, really, really like to full circle and start, or go back to where I started Brittany Automotive, which was all wiring a vehicle, and show you guys some of the higher end wiring that can be done and make that car look so good, okay? So I want it to be perfect, especially with the sponsors that are on board and what they expect out of me. So we're not going for quick, we're not going for cheap, we are going for time put in, because it's expensive and it's worth it. It's going to be worth it. Like I said, this car was bought as Reed's Daily, but it's also as a backup car, so it's for our events. It's going to scream Brittany Automotive. You're going to know whose car this is the second you see it. That's all I'm going to say, because it does make its debut in September, at the very beginning of September. So you only have to wait a month. There's quite a few things that are going to go into it. It's not going to be a crazy build, but you're going to see it and you're going to be like, wow, that's Brittany Automotive. So I really hope I get to see you guys and meet you guys at Holly Ellis Fest East. I'm really sad that the Fortune's not going to be there, but at least we're going to bring something cool and new, and you guys can see a different build than what I've been doing for the past 2 years. So, oh, you guys totally want to hear this car. I almost just hung up this phone. Let me show you. You're welcome.